In this video, we're going to talk about how to simplify algebraic expressions involving multiplication. So we've talked about algebraic expressions before, and pretty much that just means that there are going to be variables involved in what we're doing, and we're going to be practicing our multiplication rules. So basically we'll be distributing and combining like terms just like we did before, and the only thing that we're now throwing in is our sign rules. So we have to think about the distributive property and combining like terms while at the same time remembering the sign rules for adding and subtracting, multiplying and dividing. All of that still applies. So we're kind of taking lots of pieces that we've learned and putting them together. So I've got a few examples for us here. And let's take a look. Inside this parentheses, I only have one term. So when I do negative 2 times 3x, the two coefficients get multiplied together. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. So negative 6 times x is negative 6x. Now in part B, let's distribute this negative 7. So when I get finished, I should have two terms, because two terms inside the parentheses means two terms in the answer. So negative 7 times 3x gives us negative 21x, and negative 7 times minus 4 gives us positive 28, because remember, negative times negative makes plus. So the easiest way to handle this without getting too bogged down in your sign rules is just to let this minus sign act like a negative. So as far as your sign rules are concerned, you're going to treat this like a negative. So negative times negative makes positive, and that will take care of the sign problem. Now let's see that again on part C. Negative 5 times 4x makes minus 20x, or negative 20x. Negative 5 times minus 7y, negative times negative makes positive, so we write plus 35y. Then negative 5 times positive 2, negative times positive makes negative, so we write minus 10. Alright? So notice that distributing a minus or negative changes the sign of every term inside the parentheses. So we'll just look at several examples here. And notice how right now my terms inside the parentheses are negative, positive, negative, and let's see what they are when we get finished. Negative 2 times negative 3x makes positive 6x. Negative 2 times positive 7y makes minus 14y. Negative 2 times minus 4 makes plus 8. So we had before negative plus minus. Now we have positive minus plus. So see, everything changes sign when we distribute a negative. So whenever you see a problem like this, where there's just a negative in front of the parentheses but no number, you can pretend that it's a negative 1, because in fact there is a 1 here and it's just not written. So negative 7y, and then negative times plus 2x is going to make minus 2x, and then negative minus 3 makes plus 3. So pretty much distributing a negative leaves all the numbers the same, but it changes the sign in front of each number. Okay, here's negative 2x, that's going to make positive 2x. Negative positive 13 is going to make minus 13. Okay, new problem. Negative 3 times 6x, we'll get minus 18x. Negative 3 times minus 4y, we'll get plus 12y. Negative 3 times positive 10, we'll get minus 30. Now, if there are any terms to combine, we have to do that too, so be on the lookout for those. In this example, we have 5 times 2y minus 9 minus 9y minus 8. Okay, So distribute the 5 into this parentheses and distribute the negative into this parentheses. Here we go. 5 times 2y makes 10y. 5 times minus 9 makes minus 45. Negative 9y makes minus 9y. And negative minus 8 makes plus 8. Now look at your terms here. We have positive 10y and minus 9y. So 10 minus 9 makes positive 1. So 10y minus 9y makes 1y. Now negative 45 plus 8. So I've got a negative and a positive. That means I'll have to subtract because they're opposite signs. So the difference between 45 and 8 is 37. And because the 45 is larger, I'll have to put minus 37. Okay, now I've got the like terms combined, and this is as good as it gets. Here's one more. I'm going to distribute 4 times 3x minus 7. So that will give us 12x minus 28. And then we'll distribute the minus here, and that will give us minus 13x and plus 2. So now take a look at our terms. For x's, we have 12x and minus 13x. So 12 minus 13 is negative 1. So I wrote negative x. Whenever we have a coefficient of 1, we don't actually write the 1, it's just understood. So just negative x, and then negative 28 plus 2. Negative 28 plus 2 is negative 26, so I'm going to write minus 26. And that's all there is to that.